Hey Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain here speaking on Capnclyde's MTG, and today let's do a collector booster box EV video over the span of what are the boxes doing? Did they go up in value? Did they go down? Let's look at the actual history of it and see that, as I talked about before, buy a couple boxes, put them back in the closet, and wait a few minutes. Is that going to actually pan out for you in the long run? Let's talk about how some of these things actually came out and the kind of show that it went through. So, with that said, remember, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, put some comments down below, tell me what you think about the video. Helps feed that YouTube algorithm, get some more views for the channel. I do appreciate it. So, today's big question is investing in new product actually going to make you money? Well, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I invest a little bit in the new product because you got to start somewhere, right? Uh, and everybody's like, oh, standard product is bad. You're not going to make any money, yada, yada, yada. But now we have the new collector box versions that are out with, along with the boosters and the sets. In this particular video, I'm just going to cover collector box booster values and how they're going up and down. So on the screen here, you see I have a wide variety. Um, I have, these are the ones we're going to be talking about. Original Throne, Zander Car, Modern Horizons, Core 2021, Calheim, Aquaria, all the way back to oh, I'm having a brain fart. I'm sorry, guys. To Throne to see what it looks like and um, how that price progression has went. So let's start with the very first thing that came out with collector boxes. Let's talk about Throneable Drain. So currently Throneable Drain, this is all TCG guys, is going for about $3.25 a box. That is insane. And now they have this new price history thing, which is pretty cool. So this says 3 months. Let's do the whole 1 year. You can see here over the course of the year, it's gotten up as high as 350. It's now come back down to about 330. It's had some spikes, but remember, guys, when this product first came out, this product came out at around like 180, 190 a box. So we're talking like almost a 200% increase in less than, what has it been, 2 years? Oh, that's just crazy, man. It's hard to believe that it's been 2 years since this product has come out, and it's already shot up so much. And remember too, a lot of the stuff that's in here, a lot of it's gotten banned. Oko's been banned. The green card that you search a land, I forgot what it is now, has been banned in many formats as well. But there's still great cards in there. You got Bone Crusher Giant. Um, you've got the artifact that lets you draw cards. There's just so much good stuff in it. So this is almost doubled in price. Now that's the very first collector box, guys. So let's go on to the next collector box that's came out. So let's talk a little bit about let's do the first core set box. So here's our first core set box. 2021 didn't get very many of these because it was very hard to get at the time. But if you go back a year in this, you can see at one point it dipped down to about 213, but this has stayed around the 220 range and is now creeping up into the 230s, which is really insane. This too first came out around 180, 190 a box, I believe, if you were lucky. This is going up. Supply and demand seems to be pretty high still. I mean, there's lots of supply still. I mean, there's 17 of them floating right here. Um, but I think this is going to be a box definitely to look at in the future that is still relatively cheap, that is out of print, that will actually curate some value. I mean, we got special Ugin in here and all kinds of stuff. So yeah. So next, let's not talk about anything too cool. Let's talk about Aquaria. So here's the Aquaria boxes. So let's go back a whole year. So you can see here, Aquaria has always been around the 280 mark for the last year. It dipped down to about 220s for a while. Now it's picking up steam again, back to the 260s. This again, Aquaria everybody talked about how it's a bad set, but in the Aquaria box, you've got all of the Godzilla monster alternate art stuff that people really love. And just the box in general had a severe supply issue because it came out. Some people oversold some stuff. I don't know if you'll be watching the other channels, but Rudy talks about how he oversold and had to go buy off the market because he didn't get in the amount of boxes that he wanted. He didn't want to stiff his patrons, which actually did an artificial inflation of this box that never really recovered. I mean, it does a dip right here, and I'm not sure why it dipped in November, but it's already skyrocketing back up, and I see this going back up to 300 very easily, probably very quickly. As you can see here, there are still quite a few of them out there. But as you go down, like they're just really expensive. You're looking around 300. If you can get one, 219 right now, that's Japanese. So, 269 is gonna be your English price. So, man. So what we're seeing, guys, is the collector boxes are appreciating in value very well. So Commander Legends, let's take a look at that bad boy. Woo, it's the price already. 460. Look at this. It's nothing but through the roof. This is one of the few collector boxes. I couldn't get very many of them. Uh, it started out at 350 is where this at right here. Now, it first came out around 200, 220, I believe. It was pretty high. And it's done nothing but climb. As you can see the price go up over and over. This box, by the end of this year, I easily suspect will be a $600 box. 500 easy, 600 definitely. It's just, I mean, this trend is just way too high for. And plus, I mean, what's in this box that makes it so great? Well, all the Commander Legends stuff, along with it all being etched, you get the possibility of a full art etched Jeweled Lotus. We're talking $1,000 card. Like, how is this box not 600, 700, $1,000? There's a possibility to get $1,000 card out of this thing. And if you don't get the full art etched one and you just get a regular art foil one, that's 100. I mean, sweet mother of Jesus. Like, so this is definitely the all-star as of right now for what I think is going to be really going through the roof. Unfortunately, I didn't get a whole lot of these boxes to put aside, and I'm still to this day upset about it. I waited and waited for the price of these to go down. They just never did. So if you got a few of these, kudos for you. If you don't have them, man, you're going to miss them because look at some of these prices. Oh, it's just ridiculous. Like I said, easily I think, guys, it's going to be a $1,000 box by the end of the year. All right. So now let's go back. Let's look at something interesting. Where are you? Zander Car Rising. So these are finally went out of print. You can see here, it started out around 200, up, down, dipped back down to 200. Now it's been slowly creeping up after it's went out of print. This box has a story. So when Wizards first released this box, they were like $200 a box, 210 easy. But what Wizards did is they held back a whole second wave and didn't put them out there. So they wanted to see how people responded to it. So people just ate them up. So then they dumped the entire second wave at one time and drove the box prices down. Just made a bloodbath out of it. I was seeing these boxes as low as like 170, and I even bought some extra boxes around that time because I was like, this price is ridiculous. This is below the price that I can get them at from some of my best dealers. So yeah, like this box here, I think by the end of this year, quite possibly $400 to $500. I mean, think about it, guys. This box has 2 box topper lands. Those could be fetch lands. They're expedition style. The box itself has anywhere from 1 to 3 expedition lands in it. Those are going to be foil. I mean, come on. There's nothing but value. Now, the individual cards inside this box really ain't going up too much. There are some real good ones in there. I mean, don't get me wrong. But in the grand scheme of things, it's really going to be in those 5 expedition land box toppers that you're really going to look for that value, and that's where your value is going to be. So, but again, like I said, these are out of print. They're off the market. There's not very many of them. This guy says he has 70. I find that hard to believe. But who knows? This doesn't seem like there's very many of these out there. So I would definitely take a look at getting some of these if you don't have them yet. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be another dip like there has been. I mean, even if it dips back down, like you'll hear it went from 30 to it went down $6 here. It's already up $30. I don't think it's going to get much lower. So whatever it is you're going to do, you're probably going to have to do it now if you want to get some of these boxes, especially with them being out of print. So moving on, the next thing I would want to talk about, let's talk about Calheim. So Calheim's not out of print yet. You can see here that over the last year, Calheim started out strong, 179. It's about where most boxes go. It's dipped down once to 160. It's dipped down again. It's down to 160 itself. So this one is not yet out of print. And as you can see, there's lots in the market. So if this is something that you're looking for to get into the box market, I'm not saying this is probably the best set to invest in, but as far as a collector box goes that's cheap, this is going to be your cheapest box to get into. However, until we really see what's going to go on with Calheim and how those cards play over into other formats, it's going to be really iffy to figure out whether or not this is really going to spring up to be the gold mine the rest of the collector boxes will be. But remember, guys, all the boxes went through this little curve here where they all dipped down, and now look at them, they're all back above 250 and going on to 300 and even higher. So I know you guys want me to do it, and I'm going to do it. Let's talk about the Modern Horizons 2 box. I mean, what can I say? This thing is a beast. It started out strong, dipped down to 326, and never went any lower. I mean, I think at one point, I've never seen this box below like 250. I mean, right now it's climbing up. It's around the 370 range. It looks like here 400 is the best you're going to do on this site. Yes, there's a lot out there, but when this goes out of print, guys, this box is just gonna skyrocket. This box may even go out and outdo Commander Legends, and that's my personal opinion. This and Commander Legends both, we're probably talking close to $1,000 box by the end of the year. And I mean, I know saying, hey, buy this box now is gonna be good for you, but like, and if it goes out of print and it goes up $100, I mean, how are you gonna feel when the box is now, half a grand, and you didn't buy into it? Because it's gonna go out of print. There's no more coming out. They're not just keep collecting. They're not just keep printing these collector boosters, right? And I mean, there's Fetchlands, there's Ragavan, there's Urza's Saga. Like, there's so many good cards in this set. Like, I mean, that's why the box price is so high. The set is amazingly good, and I just don't know what to say. I mean, if you can't, I just don't see how this is not $1,000 box by the end of the year. Heck, it may be more. Um, but yeah, this is definitely a box that I'm sure a lot of people wish they'd got into early, while it was still, as silly as this sounds, $100 cheaper. It was not 400, it was 3. But it is what it is. Luckily with this, I did manage to get me some extra boxes. I had to really search for them. So I got a few extra boxes than I normally would get, and I'm, to be honest with you guys, I'm really happy that I did, because these are just some insane prices as these collector boxes just keep going up. So let's take a look over here. I think we might have hit them all. Yep, that's all of the collector boxes that we have here recently. So guys, what I want you guys to kind of remember, and here's, you can look at this. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars. It's just crazy. Remember, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you're subscribed. If you want to help out the channel, you haven't already, and you've already subscribed, go to the link. Go to my description. There's a link to the eBay store. You can help buy a few cards. That'll help support the channel. And stay tuned for the next video where we're going to start talking about individual boxes that are set and booster boxes from these sets that are starting to rotate out, and see what they're doing now and how their prices are fluctuating up and down, and see what we can see. Is there a pattern? What boxes are going to be good? Where is the money, and where should you park some money if you can't afford these sweet collector boxes, which are just skyrocketing? Maybe it's time to grab some set and draft boosters if you got to go cheap. But from the looks of it, guys, the collector boxes, all the flash and bling and alternate arts, it looks like they're here to stay. The collector boxes are just going up in value. They're not plummeting like most people thought they were, especially after they rotate out. Like, this is just an amazing investment opportunity that probably a lot of people missed out on. So, with that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And until next time, be kind, and I hope to see you across from the game table.